Ricken Financial presents Kickin' with the Rickens, redefining retirement. Gerry Ricken and Heidi Ricken Provost want to help you reach the retirement you deserve. Let's build a strategy that gives you the confidence while meeting your financial wants and needs. Meet the team at rickenfinancial.com. Now, Kickin' with the Rickens.
Appreciate you subscribing to Kickin' with the Rickens, redefining retirement. RickenFinancial.com. My name is Mark Owens, Gerry Ricken, Heidi Ricken Provost. How are y'all doing?
We're great, Mark. How you doing?
Great, Mark. Hey, it's great to have you back.
Have you recovered?
I got to experience it firsthand a couple of weeks ago, the glitch that shut down 911, shut down hospitals. Microsoft computers were shut down. But most importantly, this affected the airline industry. And
I was going to say, most importantly, it affected Ricken Financial for a hot minute.
What happened to y'all?
Oh, just a couple of our systems were down, our planning systems and whatnot. But,
We went old school. Just talk to people.
What? The rotary phone. How to figure out how to use that thing again.
We broke out our calculators.
I was traveling. I was coming home from Philly the day that this glitch happened, and we were scheduled to fly out of Philly into Atlanta. Got to the airport as you do at about 8 a.m., knowing that it was going to be a little chaotic. And again, flight's supposed to leave right at 10. Well, then it got bumped to 11:30. Understandable. Then 12:30. Okay. 1 o'clock. Okay. 1 o'clock canceled. Ooh, that's not good. Then tried again at 3 o'clock. All right, we're on it now. And then finally, we got on the airplane at 4:30. We got on the plane at 4:30. We didn't really even take off until about 5 o'clock. But look, glass half full. We were fine. We posted up at the bar, got a mimosa, got some breakfast. There was a plug right there, so we were able to charge our phones. There's a group of us, so we tag team our spot where one of us would go do a loop, get a couple of steps, come back. We did that all day. We were watching flights getting canceled, people getting frustrated. We were fine. It could have been a lot worse. But then when we landed back in Atlanta, and then we sat on the tarmac for 45 minutes because we couldn't find a gate to go to.
Oh, Lord.
All you wanted to do was just go home and be at home. But I feel bad. Sure. In Atlanta, there were still people waiting in line for 4 hours just to find their luggage. And this was because of one glitch. One glitch for one operating system.
Which tells you how reliant we are on technology in this world.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Are we too reliant?
Well, the good news is it only took down our trading capabilities for like 30 minutes around here.
Right.
I think this is a fair concern because that's not the only unprecedented thing facing our country and our world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we spend a lot of time preparing for the risks that we're aware of that we're going to be facing in retirement. There's taxation risk and market risk and investing risk and legislative risks and all these risks that we can come up with some form of plan for, but there's a lot that were not on my bingo card.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys.
We've seen something dramatically happen that we haven't seen, not in my lifetime, where we had a president resign from re-election. We've had some really, really, really unusual things happen in the last few weeks. And it provides a lot of fear to a lot of people.
We're not alone in some of those fears too, because we are living in unprecedented times and we have no idea what the future is going to hold, especially politically, because when the Democratic nominee drops out, it's insane that happened in almost August. So, there's a lot happening behind the scenes that provides a lot of fears that are warranted. Some of them may not be warranted because we don't have a crystal ball.
No, we don't.
Some people think we do.
Sitting right here in front of these microphones.
Yeah, exactly. While we don't have a crystal ball, one thing we do have, or two things we have, are investing strategies that provide lots and lots of opportunity to reduce your risk, and some of them to take your risk potentially off the table and give you protection so that you don't have to be bogged down by this fear on a daily basis, but you can sleep at night knowing that your funds are protected.
But money's a very emotional topic.
Absolutely.
And money is a very, very emotional topic. And a lot of people think emotionally. Well, especially right now with what's happening in our political climate, a lot of emotions are running very, very, very high. So what do we do?
Think about every single financial decision you've made in your lives, the big ones. Most of the time, the biggest financial decision people make is what home they're living in, because their mortgage is the largest piece of debt they've ever had, hopefully. So when you look at that, it's almost impossible to take emotion out of the equation when you're making a large financial decision, because we as human beings just automatically lead with emotion in every decision we make, but especially the financial ones.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. You fall in love with a home, but please don't ever forego an inspection because the foundation may be ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cute. And you fall in love with that. And that's the home you want. And then all of a sudden you find out, no, this isn't the home you want.
You don't want to be in love with the idea of something. You need to make sure that it works, methodically for you, and that it works mathematically for you, and that it's the right strategy for you to be using your funds for the future. So,
regardless what's happening politically, socioeconomically, whatever the case may be, you need to think logically.
Okay.
absolutely.
But let me ask you this, because over the past couple of weeks with politics, with how obvious it is that we are so reliant on computers, and one glitch to one system took down the airlines for days and days on end. And then if you go back even further, COVID, it's hard to not be emotional, Heidi. So how do you take the emotions out of retirement planning?
First and foremost, here at Ricken Financial, we utilize our proprietary investing methodology. It's called Market Guard. And what we do is we take a non-emotional, mathematical, and methodical approach to investing so that it's not relying on your emotions for when you need to be buying, holding, selling, re-entering the market. It's relying on your risk and reward tolerance. And what we do is we utilize our quantamental analyses to meet your risk and your reward so that Market Guard can tell us if it's time to sell. Market Guard can tell us if it's time to hold. And we don't have to rely on our emotions to try to time the market, which is never going to happen. And we know that there's protections in place because we're meeting our risk and our reward that we're searching for by utilizing these strategies. So when we face unprecedented times, you don't have to pick up the phone and say, oh my God, is this the time I should be holding or buying or selling? Or, do I need to push everything into cash? What do I do? Well, we have tactical strategies that can tell us exactly what the future it has in store for us and where we should be moving. And it'll help protect ourselves from ourselves. Because let's be real, when you make that emotional financial decision, most of the time, we're not thinking clearly. We're not methodically making the decision based upon what our risk and reward should be. Mm-hmm. We're making an emotional, rash decision. And, we might be making a very, very wrong one.
And a knee-jerk reaction is never good.
No, I mean, if you think about it this way, Brad Jenkins, who created Market Guard and who partners with us on this, he looks at it like cookies. If you like a somewhat doughy cookie, you can take them out of the oven when they're almost done. But no one's going to wait till that cookie is black and crumbles and completely burnt and fried. So we need to look at our investing strategy that way too. You can't leave your cookies in until they're burnt. You got to make sure you take them out and enjoy them while you can.
And you also have to start with good ingredients to begin with.
I made cookies with my grandma Ricken growing up, actually. And she was a phenomenal baker. I never was.
Right.
I can bake one thing well, which is our salted caramel cinnamon crumb apple pies for our clients. Shout out to our client appreciation events in Thanksgiving time. But I was never very good at baking. And I was so proud of myself. I was probably like 5. And I helped her get all the ingredients. Well, her salt and her sugar were in similar containers. And I measured out salt in the place of sugar and sugar in the place of salt. And I chose all the right ingredients by grandma's recipe. We had all the right ingredients there, ready to go. I allocated the wrong thing by choosing salt instead of sugar. And guess what? When those cookies came out, they may have been the perfect doneness, but they were absolutely repulsive and no one was able to eat them because they were a freaking salt lick. And so it's no different from what you're doing with your investments. You have to allocate them properly. You need the proper asset allocation for any portfolio to work. If you have vinegar in place of vanilla because you didn't realize that they're different ingredients, you're going to have a very different cookie. You need to make sure you have the right ingredients in order to hit the rate of return that you're looking for and the type of volatility you're comfortable with.
Just out of curiosity,
and that's where Market Guard comes into play.
When you made those salt lick cookies, did anybody, because they just felt bad and they didn't want to be mean, they were like, oh, Heidi, these are great. Oh, great.
Oh, no, everyone in the family was.
Fed them to the cattle.
Yeah, every single one in the family was like, good try, kid. You got to do it again.
Hey,
we don't get participation trophies in our family just for participating in making a cookie. That was one of those, at least the cattle will eat these things.
See? Okay, they didn't go to waste. they didn't
Yeah.
see.
Right.
So all that worked for nothing. So it's helping to take the emotions out of retirement planning with the help of Market Guard and the team from Ricken Financial. And it's much deeper than just one show, one podcast. We invite you to reach out to the team at Ricken Financial to have this discussion to see how Market Guard could benefit your retirement strategies. Again, rickenfinancial.com. And obviously we're all very emotional people talking about politics, the computer glitch, talk about everything going on in the world. But I think at the end of the day, we're all in this together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're here to listen, and we're here to be a sounding board. We do that a lot for a lot of people on a lot of different topics.
And our job is to come up with a plan for the risks that you're going to be facing in the future. And like you said earlier, Mark, we can't plan for some of them who had COVID on their bingo card when they were sitting for, with us in 2018.
Right.
Yep.
But the point is, no matter what happens in the future, when you have protections and plans in place, like ones that we can help you utilize, you don't have to stress about it. You're going to be able to sleep at night and know that you're protected.
Amen.
And that's the most important thing. I mean, stress can kill you. Actually, it can devastate you physically. Stress is the silent killer for a lot of people, and we want to alleviate as much stress as we possibly can, just by showing you what we can do and what we can do together, and mitigate that stress for you, and actually make the plan that works and is the most successful for you and your family.
Look, Jerry, prior to COVID, I had a full head of hair. I mean, I look like Bradley Cooper hair here. And then COVID came out and stressed me out so much, and now I'm completely bald. So.
That is a stressor. I can tell that
you cannot prepare
It
for
did a
things.
number on you, man.
It did. Everybody reacted differently to the boosters. All right. Hey, guys, thank you. Always reach out to the team, rickenfinancial.com. And as always, thank you for the information and that education. And before we get out of here, like we always do, wrap this up for me. Every day
is a holiday.
Life is short.
Laugh hard.
Thanks for listening. This has been Kickin' with the Rickens, redefining retirement.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Ricken Financial LLC. Ricken Financial LLC is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Ricken Financial LLC are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. Ricken Financial LLC is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Ricken Financial LLC.
Please remember that converting an employer plan account to a Roth IRA is a taxable event. Increased taxable income from the Roth IRA conversion may have several consequences. Be sure to consult with a qualified tax advisor before making any decisions regarding your IRA.